Hi everyone. So in the past, Tim has introduced me as Olivia Coleman, and and that's obviously some quite large shoes to fill. But you'll see as the evening progresses that actually Olivia Coleman and I have very much in common, because when I was younger, I also dreamt of being on a stage, and there are see some early photos of me in some school productions. I wasn't one of those children who had private drama lessons or dancing lessons or anything like that. I just had this confidence that if I wanted to do anything, then I could do it, really. So I was absolutely determined that that's what I was going to do, despite everybody in school having completely different ideas of a career for me. So after going to normal school, I was really lucky, and I won a scholarship to go to drama school, which was amazing. And there I am, I'm starting small in a little production of West Fair, which actually performed in Brighton, but my eyes are firmly on the bigger prize. Oscars are beckoning. Clearly drama school was the first step onto that glittery path, and you learn a lot of skills at drama school, which you can imagine, obviously how to act and various other things. And one of the most important things that I learned was that you always say yes. So if anyone says to you, "Can you do a French accent?" You absolutely, yes I can. And then I fret and try and learn how to do a French accent very rapidly. And that was for any kind of audition. Can I horse ride? Yes. Can I jump out of the building? Of course I can. In fact, one casting I had, can I play a cello? Which I also said yes to. I can't do any of those things. But I was quite convincing as a cello player, apparently, because I got cast in that, although it was a silent role. But yeah, so that was the main lesson that I learned at drama school, always say yes. So this is my blank gap in my career. I'm getting closer to my dream. Here you are, see similarities to Olivia Coleman. This is a tour that I did in Germany. You can see the headline there, Rotten Bus, which was probably one of the best headlines I've ever had. But yeah, still eyes firmly and convinced, my little career is sort of going on nicely, really. But in between work, I have a lot of those resting periods, which actors always talk about. And of course, you fill your time doing all kinds of things. And one of the best jobs that I had in between acting was teaching drama for a little class, in London. But that company also did birthday parties. And remember the golden rule of acting? Always say yes. So they rang me and said, really short notice, but our entertainers can't make it. Can you make balloons? You know what I said? Yes, I can make balloons. Never made a balloon at all in my life. And I had 5 days to learn. So I got myself a little kit, a bit like this. It's only a party for 30 children, and all I had to do was make 30 simple balloons in 2 hours. So the little kit came with a tiny little pump that you put in your hand, which I then learned very quickly. You get repetitive strain on your wrist if you're doing that a lot, which is what I did. And I learned in 5 days how to make balloons. The most complicated balloon I could make was a parrot. It took me about an hour. Not the best plan, and you've only got 2 hours to make 30 balloons. And to be honest, after all the effort of making it for an hour, nobody really could identify it. So the other trick I learned was that when you present the balloons you make, you say what it is. Here's the parrot you asked for, here's the dog that you wanted. So that was my first start into balloons, hence the title Inflated Dreams. Or the other thing I like to say is my life in latex, because what happened after that was that somebody said to me, there's going to be this event in Belgium, it's going to only happen once, you should go, it's called the Millennium Jam. It wasn't in the Millennium, I don't know, I think some of them thought the world might end, so they held it a bit before the Millennium. But in any case, I went over to Belgium, and it literally completely changed my life, because this is what I saw when I arrived. Huge, well, that was so quick that it just flew by, but huge sculptures. There were artists from all over the world, and I literally couldn't believe what I was seeing, what you could make from balloons. That's the balloon jam room, and everybody would sort of jam in this room with balloons until midnight and drink loads of beer. And by the time it gets to 3 in the morning, you're amazed by what you can do. That's still the same for me today, to be honest. But here are some things that I have done. That's a giant maze that I made a few years later. I was part of the team that did that. This is a competition for making dresses, and this is one in Vegas actually, at the top there, which is a balloon costume show. So I've ended up travelling the world making all kinds of things in balloons, including films. People always think, partly because of the size of my breasts, that's a dodgy kind of career. It's not those kind of films. They're more fun. They're sort of I make balloon puppets and then I perform live. So I've performed in Canada, Vegas twice, Japan, all around Europe, and obviously I work in England as well. Where am I? This is one of my characters out of a film that I made. He's the baddie. There's me playing yet another instrument incredibly well. And that was something recently I did for some other performers. So, that's me in Canada. That's that's me riding a balloon scooter actually, and my character there is a detective. I have become completely obsessed with balloons. I also make little cartoons with them, and here's a little cartoon character called Balloon Betty, but she's made from uninflated balloons, as you can see. So as you can see, very, very close to Olivia Colman. In 2016, I celebrated the anniversary of the Battle of Hastings by making this giant balloon castle, which ended up going global. It was just amazing for me, sort of went viral on TV and stuff. And that is the end of my little presentation. But before I go, I wanted to share my love of balloons with you, and also to show you that I have, as you see, moved on with some of my pictures, but in case you thought, yeah, I can put anyone's photos up there, I brought you a couple of samples. So this is my current parrot model. I am still telling you what it is before it comes out, just in case. That's my little parrot. I'm leaving these up here actually, so I think Tim's going to give them out as a surprise. And I'm going to teach you all how to make a balloon in a minute, but here's another one.
Wallace.
Yeah, that's my little balloon. So we're just going to hand out some balloons, and who knows, you might also be travelling the world with me. I'm sharing the inflated love here. The first thing that you need to do is a little bit tight, I know, with space, but you should be fine. So when we twist our balloons, we always hold them horizontally. And you'll notice there's a knot on one end and an uninflated bit on the other, and a little bit of science. The more you twist, the more air you push to the end of your balloon, which is why it's really important. You have quite a lot of space that's uninflated. So if you try this at home, don't inflate your balloons all the way to the end, because you won't be able to make anything. They'll just pop. So the very first thing that you need to do is you need to hold the balloon in the hand that you write with. Perfect. And with your other hand, you're just going to make like a pinching kind of, that's perfect. And you need to pinch this balloon about that far away from the knot. Women would call that 1 inch, men might call it 6. So pinch it so that you can feel your thumb and your finger touching through the balloon. And this end of the balloon, and you're going to twist all the way around once, twice, 3 times, and don't let go. Make some scissor fingers and just put that balloon in there like that. Perfect. I'm not going to put you under any pressure, but I teach children this. And they always do it, so. Don't let go of the first one. We're going to do exactly the same. We're going to pinch about twice the size this time. Pinch so you can feel your fingers all the way through the balloon. And twist this long part of the balloon once all the way around, twice all the way around, 3 times all the way around, and don't let go. Perfect. Now, it's slightly tricky, but you can do this. You're going to put your fingertips on top of those two little twists that you've made. Just like that, yeah, on top of the balloon. And you're going to bend that bubble in the middle like a sad face. Oh.
You reckon?
Trust me, yeah, it's fine, we'll see. When those two ends touch, hold it in one hand. And look dramatic. Hold it in one hand, you can do this and get that loop and twist the loop once all the way around, and now you can let go. Well done. What is it? Yay, perfect. And this is called a loop twist. Yes, perfect. Don't worry, yeah, that's it. So we're going to move on. Same again. Pinch another tiny one. So pinch so you can feel your fingers through both sides. Take this long part of the balloon and twist it. How many times?
3.
Yay! 1, 2, 3. Don't let go. Hold it in your scissor fingers. Perfect. Same thing again. Keep hold of this one. And you're going to pinch again. Similar amount to the first one, about that size. Pinch, twist this bit 3 times all the way around. 1, 2, 3, and don't let go. And you've done this before. You're going to hold it in your fingertips. With the fingers on the top. Bend this bubble in the middle like a sad face. And perfect, keep going, you're doing brilliantly. When the two ends touch, hold it in one hand, get that loop and twist it all the way around. And now you can let go. Don't worry, here you go, you can have this one.
2, 3.
Catch up with you while you're still twisting. Right, there we are. So, in case you're wondering what you've cleverly made, and also I know that some of it's unrecognisable, yours is perfect, it's just upside down. This is a nose, some ears, a little neck, and some legs. So this is the final twist. Out of this remaining part of the balloon, you need to have a body and some legs, and leave a little bit for a tail. So you kind of need to use your judgment there. Don't worry if it's cold, I can give you another one. And just pinch it again. Twist this part of the balloon 3 times all the way around. That's perfect. Don't let go. Hold it in your scissor fingers. That's great. You're going to have a nice little tail. And do the same thing here. Twist it again. There's only a little bit left now for you to twist. Once, twice, 3 times, all the way around, and don't let go. And you've done this before. This, put your fingers in on the top of the balloon like that, perfect. See this little bubble in the middle? You're going to twist that, and you're going to bend it like a sad face. Aww, perfect. When the two ends touch, hold it in one hand. Get hold of that loop and twist the loop once. And there you have a nice little loop. Now if you've got a little bit of uninflated, yours is perfect, it's just got its head facing when it wants to lift its bottom. Look, it's right there now. Yours is completely random. It's fine, he's just upside down and slightly back to front, but you know, his mum loves him. If you've got a little bit of uninflated tail, you can put this tail in your mouth like this, and you just need to suck on it. Some of us are better at that than others. Put it in your mouth and stuff. There we go, and you get a little tail. What happens to me now when I'm entertaining is that I teach this to children, and they do this for a long time. Some of them almost faint because they don't breathe at the same time. They cover their balloons in saliva, then they hand them to me and say, I can't do it. And then I have to touch it gingerly. But, yeah. Anyway, let's see your balloon dogs. You've done a brilliant job. Hey, well done. Amazing. And I have put some sticky eyes if you want some, so come and find me later.
We thank Olivia Post.
Thank you.
Can we thank Olivia Post / Olivia Coleman for a wonderful panel.